欢迎大家来到 CoinTelegraph 中文 Hub。Hub 是一档由 CoinTelegraph 中文发起的线上访谈栏目，招聚区块链、加密货币行业领袖人物，探讨当下行业细分赛道的发展机遇与挑战，以及企业如何突破现状，引领未来。我是主持人 Ting，CoinTelegraph 中文的主编。节目前我们要感谢金色财经、火星财经、滴滴社区、星球日报、深链财经、Token Hub、链德德、市链财经、CryptoGram、OG 等合作媒体与社区小伙伴对本次活动的大力支持。同时，直播间将开启多轮抽奖和红包雨，观看一定时长的观众也会有机会赢取，请大家守候直播，不要错过。今天 Hub 的项目方，我们今天请到的是，加密货币交易所项目 CoinTiger，然后来到直播间的嘉宾来自 CoinTelegraph 的CoinTiger 的市场总监 Celia 黎，and SavePlanetEarth 的创始人Imran。and 他们将会为我们解答为什么 CoinTiger 会支持上市币安智能链上的项目。感谢大家的来到。Thank you guys so much for joining our hub event. And you know, we have 3 guests here, and 2 of you are listing on or have you already listed on CoinTiger or is about to list?
SavePlanetEarth has listed.
Okay, nice. And we have CoinTiger, which is an exchange that has been in this market for quite a while. I've known CoinTiger from I think 2000, early as 2017 or 2018. It's my first time meeting Celia, and nice to meet you.
Yeah, nice to meet you.
Thank you for bringing your projects and listed projects here with us. And before we jump into the questions, why you list all the you know, projects that's being Binance Smart Chain, why don't you give us a brief introduction of who you are and give us a little bit background of where you come from and etc.
Yeah, sure. I'll start first. Hi, everyone. I'm Celia, head of marketing of CoinTiger. I'm glad to be here with 2 amazing projects and appreciate for CoinTelegraph China's hard work of organizing this meeting. Looking forward to the sharings later.
Welcome. Imran, would you like to go next?
Sure, thank you. Yes, my name is Imran Ali. I'm the founder of SavePlanetEarth, and I'm from the UK. United Kingdom, but this is a global initiative. SavePlanetEarth token is a cryptocurrency dedicated to replenishing and restoring our planet's biosphere by initiating reforestation, recycling, and eco-preservation projects, and also eco-based rewards for the holders. We are working on carbon neutral and going deeper on that, carbon negative, non-fungible tokens and futures trading mechanisms, and all the while providing a sound and maturing investment to token holders. We've attained over 73,000 wallet addresses just over a month, which is absolutely fantastic. And we've got a strong community consisting of investors, environmentalists, and professionals.
Nice, very interesting. And I guess, you know, we've seen you're very different, taking very different directions to approach the DeFi and the blockchain space. And so I'm curious for CoinTiger. You know, you've listed dozens of tokens recently, and so I'm curious, what's your priority of listing, and what's your future plans of listing projects, and what type of projects that you're interested in and focusing on?
All right, CoinTiger welcomes projects with active traffic and on-chain data. So the holder's addresses and transfer frequency are our important reference dimensions. So we also see the inner value of a project as the most important thing. So we have listed a dozen of meme tokens and animal tokens since they're pretty much active and they're performing well as we become their one and only centralized exchange. So we are now focusing on BSC projects and other projects with strong communities and influences. Get listed on CoinTiger doesn't only give projects a platform to trade, but also we hold many different forms of contests, such as holding contests and trading contests and so on, to boost up the trading volume. So and also like give away airdrop tokens of the project. So these projects we invited today are really amazing. So I would like to see their thoughts on our cooperations.
Cool. And I guess, that's the next question for Imran. And why would you choose CoinTiger? Why did you choose to be listing there?
SavePlanetEarth are listing on exchanges which help people directly access SPE. And for many people, acquiring SPE can be very difficult. So an exchange that makes it as easy as possible on SPE. And this raises awareness of projects, incentivizes investors, and also helps build CoinTiger into a bigger and better exchange. CoinTiger is an exchange with over $200 million daily volume. And we believe that partnering with CoinTiger will bring a lot more investors, as well as a new segment of investors to the CoinTiger platform. This will nonetheless provide more volume to both CoinTiger and to SavePlanetEarth. CoinTiger also provides security for investors and a one-stop service for cryptocurrency management, making the process of buying and holding cryptocurrency easily available worldwide. CoinTiger is also accessible to the APAC region, the Asian Pacific region, which is home to many climate endangered areas. Partnering with CoinTiger, we can expand our cause into this area, providing more opportunities for economic stimulation via tree planting and also via biosphere restoring projects through SavePlanetEarth. And by reforesting endangered areas, the people in those communities can help protect themselves from climate effects and natural disasters in the future, hopefully. In addition, planting native trees provides employment opportunities, as well as additional long-term income from the trees, fruit, or crops themselves.
This is another question for SavePlanetEarth. Celia also mentioned earlier one of the reasons that they choose the uplisting project is to look at the community size. And
Yes.
I guess for you, the question would be, how much do crypto people, care about saving the planet? So I'm very curious how big of this community that you have, and why did you start this initiate at the beginning?
Our community is absolutely amazing. We have groups in around 20 different countries, and it's growing really fast. And we have groups in China, in Philippines, Indonesia, Vietnam, Cambodia, Turkey, Europe, USA. So it's absolutely huge, and it's growing every day. Starting this project, I'm an environmentalist at heart. I've been working in the environment sector for well over 13, 14 years now. So it's very close and dear to me. And utilizing the Binance Smart Chain and its cutting edge technology and the awareness is an absolutely fantastic springboard to raise the awareness for climate change and global warming.
Nice. And I guess, so Imran, you had something to add, right?
Yeah, I just want to add on the Binance Smart Chain ecosystem. It does make it really easy to deploy any contract, and we are aware of this. And it's fast, accessible, easy to use blockchain. and Ethereum blockchain is the main competitor, but it's much slower and much more expensive to use. Gas fees are sometimes $200 plus. So it's literally like 100 to 1,000 times cheaper to operate smart contracts, and this is reflected in the tremendous growth and onboarding of multitudes of new investors. So therefore, ease of use and low cost of BSC makes investing a feasible option for the retail investor. So I just wanted to add that, so thank you.
Right. Probably the save the energy is very important for you too, as you're in the environmental.
Of course, no, definitely, that's correct.
And Celia, I would like to hear your thoughts on this question as well. Why do you think there's so many projects choosing the Binance Smart Chain?
Sure. I think their choice on Binance Smart Chain is like really good. And we recently have listed so many BSC projects. So we also have like BSC month AMA in series to let more people get familiar with these projects. So I always ask them why they chose BSC. So the obvious reason is cheaper gas fee and faster transaction speed. So as an exchange, we know that due to the cheaper gas fee, many will choose to arbitrage between CoinTiger and DEX. I don't know if you guys have like arbitrage before, but it is also a way of publicity to the projects. So for instance, Kishu, we were the first centralized exchange that cooperate with them, even though they're like Ethereum based originally, but many chose to arbitrage. And it finally boosted up the price for like 20 times. So I'm really looking forward to the performance of DFY and SP as well.
Cool. And what do you think, projects can leverage the Binance Chain ecosystem? Any thoughts on this?
Me, right?
Sure, please.
Yeah, sure. So I've seen the data in our database. So basically last week we had a major breakdown because of the high amount of users and high access. I think like SP and DFY knew about it, but that's because of our like large access, large increase, rapid increase of our access. So that becomes a hard problem for us, but we already solved the problem, and that came from the arbitrage between the DEX and the CoinTiger. So the large transactions between the DEX and centralized exchange really boosted up the ecosystem as well, I think.
And Imran, you're building your projects on the chain, and how would you see yourself leveraging the ecosystem of the Binance Chain here?
The BSC ecosystem, I mean, is hugely popular. It gives us a lot of visibility, and we just on the ease of use to make investing a lot easier, and for the retail investor especially a feasible option. Like I said, it's fast, it's accessible, and just growing, and that's something that we want to be part of.
Well, I guess you both mentioned that the altcoins have been skyrocket recently, and then definitely boarding much more people in the crypto space, and we're seeing more users coming in to join CoinTiger as well. And I wonder, what's your future development plan here, especially for the Chinese market, because we're addressing this panel towards the Chinese community here. And so would you like to share, what's your vision and your plan for the Chinese market?
SavePlanetEarth has been trying to balance the environmental impact with ease of access for users. And the BSC is the best option. The smart contract capability of BSCs is accessible worldwide. And as we begin to work in China, we expect our popularity to grow. We feel that we are ripe for the Chinese market, as China has just begun to put significant amounts of energy, capital, and resources into sustainability and also into green initiatives. That was in the news recently as well. And this is precisely where we specialize and where we would like to aim to grow.
Glad that you have the vision and expanding your market here in China would be great. Cool. And Celia, I think this question is not only for you, for the Chinese market plan, but also CoinTiger is already a Chinese-based exchange. So I guess what's your future plan for the Chinese market, but also could you, extend the vision for the global side? That'd be great too.
Okay, so actually we're like Singapore based, but we really pay attention to Asian market, especially in China. So we'd like to explore more projects to collaborate with CoinTiger. Most of our projects are not with Chinese team. So we have this advantage, so we want to help them be popular in Asian market as well. And besides, there are more and more projects with decimal accuracy issues while listing on centralized exchange, which means their price in USDT has too many decimal places. And other than listening to our users and providing more user-friendly services, CoinTiger also cares about our cooperating projects needs. So we provided two solutions for this. One is to open trading pairs with TCH, Tiger Cash, token of CoinTiger. One is to introduce SUSDT, a smaller version of USDT, where one SUSDT equals to 0.001 USDT. So these two options not only help the projects to get listed on CoinTiger, but also boost up the price of Tiger Cash as well. So that's a win-win situation. So in the future, we will continue to explore excellent projects globally and introduce them to Asian market.
Excellent, cool. And I guess I'm also curious, to know, there's a lot of DeFi projects out there, and I'm sure there's some other initiatives in the saving our planet Earth projects as well. I know some of the projects are leveraging the Bitcoin network and see how they can use the Bitcoin network to see what they can do to have a better green blockchain technology out there. So I wonder what makes you different from other projects on this market, and what is your main competitive advantage here? Selling the carbon credits would be a topic that even governments around the world will be interested, because I know even more than 10 years ago in Europe, people are already talking about trading the carbon dioxide, because some are developed countries, they don't have a lot of CO2 to release because it's already developed, but then there's developing countries are joining the development, and they have much more CO2 to release. So they were talking about how to sell the carbon dioxide to the developing countries. So it'd be interesting to see how the blockchain space can help with this area. I think this question also is addressing to you. What makes your project also different from others?
So our founders and the team are highly skilled and connected in ecological restoration, and we have the knowledge and the international connections to actualize our goals. So we're building long-term partnerships with governments, hence the side of the world, in the Maldives, also with NGOs and branches of the United Nations, such as the development and environmental programs, in which some of the founders, including myself, have been working with for many years. We've already secured over 1 million trees to be planted in the Maldives. It's not just planting that we do, we take responsibility for that as well. We maintain and manage the trees that we plant, and we are actively and rapidly expanding these developments. We also have, we will have a tree monitoring app on Android and iOS to actively monitor where these trees are being successfully planted, and using GPS, artificial intelligence, and maps, satellite images. And we will continue to develop, including initiatives. In addition to this, we have built a very strong community, as we mentioned earlier. They're very, very passionate community, extremely passionate environmental activists and professionals in ecology and many other fields. So we are really active in the growth and promotion of Save Planet Earth, and so are our partners. We've got a think tank in the process being initiated between the Maldives, Kenya, and Miami, Florida, regarding mangrove conservation, utilizing new agriculture technologies and processes. Mangroves act as huge carbon sinks. It's not just the trees, it's the mud and the roots as well. So this year's exclusive for CoinTelegraph and CoinTiger. Another tree planting deal with the Sri Lankan government for 100 million trees. So I just received the paperwork today for that. And we're working with the Environment Ministry and several NGOs and plantation ministries, and also with the Sri Lankan Army to plant these 100 million trees over the next 10 to 20 years. I've been invited by the government to select the planting locations and the zones, and these will be uploaded to our tree monitoring app. So we're hoping that on the World Environment Day, which is on the 5th of June, and it's approaching fast, there will be an initiation ceremony to start this 100 million project with the Sri Lankan Army and the consortium of government entities and the plantation NGOs. Alongside this, there is a signing ceremony next week with the government of the Maldives for the 1 million trees, as I mentioned earlier, erosion and the rising sea levels, and this will be covered by all the national media in the Maldives, which is absolutely fantastic. So there'll be a handshake ceremony, which I'm really looking forward to. Like I said, I'm in the Maldives at the moment, and I'm also filming a Save Planet Earth documentary. So I have a film production company and a camera crew following me around every second of the day. They're attending the meetings with me, so filming all the meetings that I'm doing. So it's really exciting. Hopefully we'll try to get this on one of the larger platforms. Really looking forward to that. And whilst I was here, I mean, there's a lot of sad news with the curfew, with COVID, the new variant that's come here. I was in quarantine for more than 10 days as well. So there's been quite a few trials and tribulations. But we're really resilient and we're trying to get through it all. Also, there was a white alert weather storm here as well, just a few days ago, and the whole inhabited island was just wiped away by waves that are only a few feet high, destroying livelihoods and the fragile flora and fauna that is here in the Maldives. And this is what Save Planet Earth is fighting against, starting firstly in the low-lying states and nations, and then onwards around the globe. On top of this, we're trying to reach out to further public and private partnerships and rural community organizations. We've done over 11,000 trees already in Sri Lanka. Again, these trees provide food, some revenue generation for the local community. So the trees that we selected are native to those areas. We don't want to have any invasive species there. So we are partnered with quite a few UND on the ground for that. On top of that, there are just literally tons of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere. I think we're over 400 parts per million. And as these are drawn back into the trees and captured in the tree biomass, our own forms of CERs, which are certified emissions reduction. So it's like carbon credit. But it's in the SPE ecosystem, and they are called certified carbon reductions. And so basically this is interpreted by the amount of carbon dioxide that's indexed and stored in the green canopies that SPE have developed and planted. So we're trying to formalize the CCR measurements across standards and ratings based on organizations which are concerned with climate change. And we want to emerge as a real force against global warming. So we are talking to Climate Trade, Vera, and a few other carbon funds to get these certified. So we just want to make, say, Planet Earth's actions accepted and legitimate across the board and gain investor confidence as a measurable climate change adaptation tool. So this is what Save Planet Earth is all about. In each country that we are helping and planting the trees, and it's not just the trees, marine, cleaning the beach. We're donating beach cleaners as well, helping the marine wildlife and coral restoration. So we create our own PR and government liaison centers, empowering different communities, just trying to keep the upkeep of the carbon sequestration activities.
Mm-hmm. Well, thank you so much for sharing the big news with us, and congratulations. And please, update us with the latest news on that, and even more important partnerships with us. And we'll be very, excited to deliver that kind of initiatives out there with more communities as well. And thanks. And Celia, I guess this would be the last questions for you too, and curious to know, you've been doing something different from other centralized exchanges as well. So what's the future plans here for CoinTiger?
This also addresses to the breakdown we had last week, since that was a really bittersweet situation, because last weekend we had rapidly increased access about 20 times than usual. So it's all because we caught the hot topics of the markets. So in an industry with a rapid daily change, I think we have to be adapted to new topics and norms in a short period of time. So CoinTiger can quickly adjust its position and services accordingly to become the most dynamic and visionary exchange in the industry. I think this is definitely our advantages and the thing we are different with other centralized exchange. And other than this, our cooperating projects are from all over the world. So we have the best service for them to spread globally, especially in Asia. We want to be the bridge between outstanding projects and valuable users. And we also have a lot of community activities, such as meme contests. I don't see other exchange doing that, but that is really people's favor. And a lot of people are participating in it.
Cool. That's very interesting. I need to check it out. Is that on your Twitter account?
Yeah, it's on our Twitter and TG group, Telegram group.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, thank you guys so much for joining this panel, and I had a great discussion with you and learned a lot about what our different projects are doing on Binance Smart Chain, and why CoinTiger is interested in listing projects like this, and wishing you all the best. And please let us know if there's anything, new partnerships coming up with you guys, and let us know. We're very interested in knowing your process of your development. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
各位嘉宾的精彩分享然后今天我们的直播就到这里。赢取抽奖的观众，请在评论区获得工作人员的联系方式。添加微信领取奖励。没有抽到奖励的观众也不要灰心，以后还有更多的精彩直播。谢谢大家的支持，下期再见。Thank you. Bye, guys.